So I think that this is one of those things that the second time you do things always comes out better than the first. But I must say, for the first try at it, not too bad. I've done plenty of sheet metal work in my lifetime, which is why I already currently have all the tools that I have to do what I'm doing right now. With that said, I have cut a good section of the core support out. There's one little piece here, and I didn't even drill that spot weld out. I just knocked it out with my spot weld breaker. And same thing on this side. It had a single spot weld there, I believe. And I just cut out the other side. Same thing right there. So it gave me just enough room for there to be, let me see if I can get a good angle. The body bolt will come right through this hole right here. And then I just have to drill some kind of hole for that to sit down. As it is right now with the current, what's left of the bushings, maybe this is kind of just what it needs, like space-wise, but I'm not sure yet. Still trying to hunt up a couple of bushings. It's only been a couple days since I cut the core support around the last one. So anyways, I went off course of what I was thinking, planning. I decided to notch it completely because I felt like if this was in the truck, slid down, and you had to take it out, I didn't want to have to try to push it forward and then out just in case, I don't know, you'd wreck. I think aftermarket ones of these intercoolers are like $500+, so you don't really want to screw it up if you can help it. So I notched them pretty well. It's pretty, I don't even know if it's 18 gauge sheet metal, honestly, but these are just what's left. And I'm planning to enclose this space here. Like, I'm just gonna make up 2 plates, or make up 1 plate with a 90 in it, whatever I feel like doing at the time. All I used was the Sawzall and my little air saw. This one, actually, I have 3 of these. This is just a little Harbor Freight one, but I have 2 Matco ones also, one at each of the other 2 shops. So this is like where the factory mount goes into for the factory radiator for like a 6.5 probably, because it's the widest iteration. And as you can see from the spacing that I have it at, it's almost identical from side to side. So it's as far to the left as I'd want it and as far to the right as I would want it, if that makes any sense. Like staring at this right now from like the top. So I have 2 more holes to drill, but between the little sail panel pieces that I took out and all this, I have less than an hour into cutting. Obviously there's some work here to be done, but for the most part, that's 2 hours worth of work, if that. If you have a grinder helper behind you, it really wouldn't even take 2 hours. Take one guy 2 hours, I guess, if you know, spent good time on it. This needs to be, a hole needs to be drilled here, and this needs to be spot welded back together. If you have a spot welder, like from a body shop, then obviously you're looking pretty good. Easier than in my shop. I don't have a pinch spot welder. I wish I did, because I'd have a lot more things done faster if I was doing this kind of work all the time, but I don't, so that's why I don't have a big giant thing. I mean, this is my home garage that I'm just kind of spending the time working on this when I have the time. I'm not going to bother pulling the core support back, the core support, there it goes out. I'm not going to bother taking the intercooler back out to show you, because you've already seen that, and this is what it is. So I'm probably going to upload this video right away, just so that you guys get to see the progress. Hopefully, you know, I can find some mounts that I think will work proper. I don't know how much sectioning like this will need once I find a radiator. I'm either going to buy a brand new radiator or see if there's one local used, so that if something happens to it, I don't have a brand new radiator that gets dinged up. Oh, wow. Obviously, there's some other things to figure out, which are, it's pretty simple. It's just transmission cooler lines off the radiator and stuff. That's, you're just trying to neck down from, you know, whatever dash 10 AN fittings, because that's probably what you can get to stick in the factory GM clip fittings. So yeah, I don't know, not too bad. I have just some pieces of strapping down in here to kind of get it at the correct plane to where I think, straight edge, to where I think that it sits pretty good in there. So hopefully I don't drill some holes and then regret it in the bottom. But then again, that's what a welder's for. So yeah, hopefully this helps somebody. I think it's pretty doable. Obviously you want to clean up your sharp edges and try to kind of knock stuff around a little, like these edges right here. You want to try to make these a little stronger. But for the most part, you know, doesn't make it too flimsy. Obviously it's not going to be up to the crash standards that it originally was when it came from GM. But if you've got a super rotted out core support, I don't think that probably does anymore either. So, you know, pick your poison. Anyways, don't want the video to be super long. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share this video if you think a friend of yours needs it. Because this, I'm 100% sure this could be, you know, some kind of a fix for someone looking to intercool a, you know, GMT 400 that they have an LS swap in or something. And I'm sure that this intercooler probably gives an LS, you know, with a turbo on it, or a supercharged LS, or whatever you're trying to do, more than enough airflow compared to some of those like crappy aftermarket intercoolers. That's why I'm not going with that. In fact, I like this so much that if it works really well on the service truck, before this summer, I'm going to try to take out the intercooler, or sorry, the core support on my dually and maybe intercool that, because the wife uses that to tow the camper during the summer when I'm not around. And it would make me feel a whole lot better if it was intercooled, because, I mean, her beautiful Suburban's intercooled, so why not let the dually be intercooled, right? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Share it. Comment. Subscribe, hopefully, if you like this sort of thing. See you later, guys.